G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Where's My Yowie. Today, I'm reading an old newspaper report about crocodile encounters in the 1880s in North Queensland, so we'll get into it. This was published in the Barcaldine, the Western Champion, on Friday the 25th of February 1881, titled, A Chinaman Devoured by an Alligator. For several days, says the Cairns Advertiser of January 29, a well-known Chinese gardener at Smithfield has been missing. He generally visited Cairns once a week with baskets loaded with pineapples, bananas and other fruits, and was recognised as an industrious, well-conducted man. Having left his home and not returning within 3 or 4 days, his mates came to town, and failing to hear any tidings of him amongst the Chinese residents, the matter was reported to the police. On Sunday morning last, Sergeant Halligan left town in the pilot boat with a view to drag the Barron River, contiguous to the crossing place which was unsuccessfully effected between what is known as Cameron's Camp and the Smithfield landing place. A basket, since identified as one of those belonging to the missing man, was found floating, still containing some pineapples and fruit, and no doubt exists that the unfortunate gardener was taken away by an alligator. Ever since the settlement of the locality, alligators have abounded on the Barron River, and a particularly large one has been frequently seen. Mr. J. Peterson of Smithfield was recently crossing on horseback, where he espied close to him a huge alligator, so near indeed that the monster touched his boot. Putting spurs to his horse, an escape was effected, but Peterson and his horse were close to becoming the victims of these prowling saurians. Last year and the year before, constant news was being received of actual injury done or escapes from alligators, and it was then thought that some plan might be adopted to kill or hunt them away. But the matter dropped by a few persons becoming the possessors of some alligators' eggs taken from the nest in the inlet. We shall be glad to hear that the idea has been revived, and that a party of sports will visit the Barron River with a view to inspect the whereabouts of these dreaded saurians in order to take effectual measures to destroy them. Writing upon this subject, we reprint from the Oceania the following terrible struggle maintained by a man with an alligator. On the 9th of September, a native, the father of a family, went to a certain spot in search of food, and on passing a small marsh, he put his foot on an object which he believed to be the trunk of a tree, lying there half hidden in the bushes. But the trunk of the tree was an alligator, which then measured afterwards proved to be 22 feet long. Irritated at its sleep being disturbed by having been trodden upon, it advanced with its enormous and dreadful jaws, open to devour the intruder, who was but a mouthful for it. The man, on seeing himself pursued closely by the voracious reptile, and finding flight difficult, determined to defend his life, although, with unequal weapons, he laid hold of a small knife which he was carrying. Being more quick in his movements than the reptile, he gave it a cut on the stomach, and afterwards others, without the wild beast ceasing to turn thither and hither with the utmost fury to seize him with its teeth. This struggle, truly heroic on the part of the man, lasted more than an hour, according to the letter which is now before us. The man was twice felled to the ground by blows from the reptile's tail. Whilst advancing and retreating during this desperate struggle, he drew near a tree, and in the runs he made around it to withstand the furious attacks of the alligator, he seized the reptile's tail, and keeping hold of it, he repeatedly ran round the tree, and at the same time uttered loud cries for assistance, which drew to the spot An old man, also brave. With his assistance, he killed the alligator. When the man saw it dead, he felt what he did not feel when it was alive, and a terror which made him fall in a swoon. After coming to himself, he helped cut it up. It being a female, search was then made for its brood, and with the assistance of other persons, 20 young ones were found. This struggle, in our opinion, was more formidable than with a bear or a tiger. It lasted the time. If it lasted the time we are informed it did, the alligator is slow in turning itself, but the blows from its tail make fighting with it in a narrow space difficult. In a wide space, it runs faster than the man. The end. Well, that's pretty interesting. There's pity the Chinese guy got eaten up. The first story. I've lived in North Queensland for a bit and gone fishing up there. And I must admit, people who don't know about alligators and crocodiles, some of the stuff that I've done in Queensland, how I've never gotten attacked by a crocodile, I'll never know, because I've done some pretty stupid things in the water in North Queensland. Okay, that's it for me. I'll get back to you all next time. Bye.